What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Matty V. This is Matty Cars. And today we're in the 2023 Genesis GV70 Sport Prestige. Genesis is Hyundai's luxury brand. So this competes with BMW X3 M40i, Audi SQ5, Mercedes-Benz GLC 43 AMG. So the big question that I have today is, how does the GV70 compare to its German rivals? Let's go find out. Setting off in the GV70. Okay, right away you notice there's quite a bit of power. There is a little bit of a lag. There are several drive modes here. We have comfort, sport. Oh, when you turn on sport, the seats hug you. Ooh, I like that.
I like that.
There's a lot of impressive technology in this vehicle. 3.3 liter twin turbocharged V6 pumping out 375 horsepower and 391 foot-pound of torque. And that's mated to an all-wheel drive system through an 8-speed automatic. So Genesis has only been manufacturing automobiles for a very short period of time, whereas BMW, Audi, and Mercedes-Benz have many decades of experience refining.
And many more.
So it does feel like Genesis is lagging behind a little bit in the driving experience. That's not to say this is a bad experience. It's just not quite on the same level as those German rivals. However, can Genesis make up the gap in other ways? So we have a drive mode selector here. We've got snow, eco, comfort, sport, sport plus, and custom. So we are in sport plus, traction control is turned off. 0 to 60 is rated at 4.5 seconds, which would put it faster than my Model Y long range. The Tesla feels faster, I think because this has a turbo lag, right? Kind of all that torque on the Tesla comes in right away whenever you push the pedal, but this builds and then it kind of just rushes to a crescendo. In terms of the handling, so one thing I've noticed, we're in the stiffest Sport Plus handling and there's still tons of body roll. Test the brakes, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah. You get some nice downshifts in Sport Plus. There is in the pedal, there's like, you floor it and then there's another bump. You know, if anybody's experienced that, if you push into the button, that's where you get most of the power. It reminds me of driving the Acura Legend way back in the day. This is actually pretty dang fun to drive. I'm pretty impressed. One thing that's a little bit unusual is the tachometer goes the other way, so you have the speed and the tach kind of coming together. You do get some of that V6 induction noise. I don't really hear any turbo noise or anything like that, and the exhaust, there isn't much.
Crickets, crickets, crickets.
The whoops. Yeah, oh, that is fun. I mean, it does throw you back in the seat a little bit, and it does allow you to hold these RPMs. Come in using a paddle shifter into this corner here, leaning in. It's fairly flat. It's fairly impressive, actually. Let's talk about the driver position. So we got a wonderful screen here. I love this. It has a 3D setting. I love the heads-up display. These paddle shifters are awesome. Steering wheel is actually very nice. One thing I really like about the steering wheel is the telescoping range is enormous. I usually like to have the steering wheel pretty close to my body. You know, I can get pretty comfortable in this seat, and I do love the way that these seats hold you and bolster you in. The steering is quick and responsive and sharp, especially if I go into Sport Plus here. Yeah, it's extremely sharp steering. A couple more little corners here. Yeah, the manual shifts are pretty dang quick. This is an 8-speed automatic. It's not a dual clutch or anything like that. The downshifts are pretty dang quick. The upshifts are a little bit laggy. Come into here in third. The power band, red line's about 6,200. So not an enormous power band, but it is fun. 4,400 pounds is a rather beefy car. You do feel that weight. And especially because the suspension is a little bit more geared towards comfort rather than performance.
Are they built for speed or for comfort?
So you get a little bit more of that body roll, body lean. I do love cars that have multiple personality. Okay, now we're gonna do the off-road portion of our lake lap. can the GV70 do some light off-roading? Let's be honest, this is not a Jeep Wrangler, this is not an off-road machine, but it is an SUV. It does have pretty high ground clearance. This is on 19-inch wheels, pretty small sidewall, but some kind of all-terrain tires. We'll just go into comfort mode. Yeah, this is fine. This can get you up and down the fire road. I don't know if these can be equipped with a tow hitch, a 2-inch receiver, but you know, in theory, you could maybe throw some bikes on the back of this thing and do that. That'd be crazy. There is a hill descent, so we can try this hill descent over here. Let's see if I push that. It is nice having an all-wheel drive vehicle. It has some nice clearance, some pretty decent sidewall, in case you want to get off the beaten path a little bit. Not a lot of travel in that suspension, but enough. What do you guys think? Like and subscribe. Hopefully we're not going to get ourselves stuck down here. Seems all right. This is a little bit of a tricky turn here because there's some ruts. See how it handles that. Actually pretty dang good. Traction control kicking in. That's pretty impressive actually for a high performance sport utility. Let's get this thing back onto something where it's a little bit more comfortable. So this does have launch control. You put it into Sport Plus mode, and then you hold down the brake, and then floor the accelerator. It'll go to 2,200 RPMs, and then you just let go of the brake. 3, 2, 1, go.
Time 2.33 seconds. 0 to 60 miles per hour time 5.63 seconds.
Dude, the car just told me the 0 to 60 time. Did you hear that? 5.63 seconds.
He usually does better on the second attempt.
3, 2, 1, go.
0 to 30 miles per hour time 2.26 seconds. 0 to 60 miles per hour time 5.36 seconds.
Okay, 5.36 seconds that time. We did get a little bit faster. You know what? I think it might be because we are at 4,400 feet above sea level. I think you're gonna have to be at sea level in order to achieve those manufacturer spec 0 to 60s. What do you guys think? Let's just talk about cruising down the back road and the comfort of this vehicle. So we'll put this thing into comfort mode. The bolster's relaxed. There's even some leg bolstering that tucks you in. I love the dynamic bolstering. I gotta say, it is a very comfortable place to be. The cabin is very quiet. I love the noise isolation. There's no echo in here. I love this big panoramic sunroof. These seats are awesome. I love the quilted diamond pattern. They're also heated and ventilated. Oh, this is cool. You can actually control the passenger seat from the driver's position here. Oh, that is smart. The tech and the layout, this is all driver oriented. There are these 3 beautiful screens. I love these crystal dials here. There's a nice combination of touchscreen and actual real buttons. Everything feels really, really high quality. These dials right here have a really satisfying click. Heated steering wheel, the leather wrapped. It's got a beautiful Genesis logo. I like the spoke design down here. And I have to say that the lane keep in the Genesis is better than the Tesla. Okay, so I love this 3D dash. That is so cool. I love how the gauges change depending on what mode you're on. I love this screen here, how it's nice and wide and you can see a lot of information, but it's not super tall, so it's not in my line of sight. There are some blind spots back here. The back C-pillars are rather beefy. There is a little bit of window in there, but that's probably not that big of a deal because when you do turn on your turn signal, it turns on a camera and you can see that blind spot is totally negated. Okay, let's talk about exterior styling. On the front end, we have the Genesis grille, the dual slit headlights. I love the Genesis badge. Coming down the side of the car, it is one of this coupe shape. All the chrome has been deleted and blacked out. And then on the rear, we got these large exhaust openings that are in the black part of the rear bumper. So even though the exhausts are big and beefy looking, I want a little bit more throaty gurgle coming out of those things. Okay, let's talk tech. This is where this car really shines. The heart of the system is this screen up here that you control with this beautiful crystal dial. I love all the data you can have on this screen. This side over here, if you have Apple CarPlay up, you have kind of a widget area over here. I love how you can customize pretty much anything. From the color of the gauges to the layout to what widgets you want over there. There's even different driver profiles. Depending on who logs in, it's all set up totally different. And it's not just the position of the seat, but literally everything you can attach to different profiles. Then there's also another screen down here for your climate. The graphics are beautiful. It's really easy to read. Really, this is the only area of the cabin where you've got gloss black. Now, one of the downsides of the tech is there is a pretty steep learning curve. This has the upgraded Lexicon sound system. Pretty decent in terms of just overall technology. This is, I think, where it really outshines the competition. Okay, we're coming up to the highway drive portion of our lake lap. So we're gonna test what it's like to cruise on the freeway in the Genesis GV70. The heads-up display on this car is incredible. You can configure where it's at, the brightness, you can configure the content, the data you want to put on there. I love me a good heads-up display. Yeah, so in terms of highway drive, I'd rate this as excellent. It's something that you can easily cruise for hundreds and hundreds of miles. Pure comfort, pure luxury. I love it. It's a great highway cruiser, and I'm really impressed with 29 miles per gallon. That's more than I was expecting. Okay, wrapping up our review with the Genesis GV70. We started this review with the question, does the Genesis GV70 live up to the hype, and does it belong in the same category as the esteemed BMW X3 M40i, Audi SQ5, and Mercedes-Benz GLC 43 AMG? And the answer is yes, it does belong. It is the new kid on the block. It's not quite there in terms of performance, but it's there and even better in terms of technology and some of the interior design and the comfort of the vehicle. Really, the only place that it falls short is in driving dynamics, performance, that whole performance category, and then in brand cachet. Styling is subjective. You know, price, it's kind of right there in line. Yeah, it's a wonderful car. I'm very, very glad that we have this car, because Genesis and BMW and Audi and Mercedes-Benz will be pushing each other to get better and better. And that's just better for all of us. So once again, thanks so much for stopping by and taking this drive with me. I really appreciate you guys and your support. I love the comments and the likes. Thank you for subscribing. If this is something that you enjoy, please consider sharing this with other people you think might enjoy. We're just getting started. We have a lot more of these reviews coming your way, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace. Oh, we got an absolutely beautiful mountain sunset going on. See if that'll pick up. You guys see that? What a beautiful day to be alive, my friends. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful day. Life is a gift.